Every other week, some new fucking study comes out about what will kill us or destroy our bodies or whatever. You may remember that Coca-Cola infographic that was floating around that turned out to be clickbait, full of a lot of misinformation and old data. Doesn't mean pop is good for you, but it doesn't necessarily cause insulin bursts or react in your body the same way that heroin does. But a more recent scientific document was published by the World Health Organization, a slightly more reputable source than the renegade pharmacist, that says eating processed meats, such as hot dogs and bacon, can increase your chances for colorectal cancer, with as few as 2 slices of bacon a day possibly increasing the risk up to 18%. And eating red meat probably raises the risk. Now, the word probably doesn't seem like it belongs in a scientific document. You either found that it does or it doesn't, or the evidence is inconclusive. But either way, the World Health Organization has spoken. Red meat and bacon are bad for you. 22 international scientists looked at over 800 studies to tell us what we already fucking knew. Stuffing your face full of shitty foods is bad for you. But, with the WHO backing it, it gives the vegetarians and the health nuts something to be smarmy about. Somewhere they can point at and say, "See, we told ya." The WHO placed it in their Group 1 category, which tobacco smoke is also a part of. So now you've got people claiming that they should put warning labels on bacon the same way they put it on cigarettes. While most rational doctors are just saying that you should just cut back a bit if you eat a lot of it, which I can get behind. Everything in moderation, right? This is just another thing on the long list of shit that's gonna kill us according to one study or another. Yes, if you regularly consume bacon, red meat, salted meats, cola, beer, chocolate, candy, fried foods including potato chips, fries, onion rings, and battered fish, copious amounts of cheese, or basically anything with a high level of sugar, salt, or fat, your risks for dying go up. But is not having those things really living? Like, actually? I'm not saying you should gorge yourself until you exceed the weight limit of a rascal scooter. Again, moderation isn't just for subreddits. But, like, do vegetarians or vegans that concern themselves with every little thing they put in their body, do they really enjoy their lives? Does the idea of a kale salad with mango and pumpkin seeds and a glass of blended wheatgrass really get your mouth watering, while a steak with fries actually repulses you? I mean, if so, I'm glad to hear it. And I'm happy you've convinced yourself that you're really enjoying your life. If I had to eat that shit every day, though, I'd be praying for death to come sooner, and be upset when I found out I'm actually increasing the length of time I have to spend on this shitty planet eating fucking leaves and seeds. Have you ever heard the phrase, "Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels"? Well, that's a lie that healthy, fit people tell themselves when they look at someone eating a rack of ribs and following it up with a piece of chocolate cake, so they can say, "Oh, that person's life is shitty, not like mine. Sure, I abstain from everything enjoyable and work out constantly and only eat things that will sustain me whether I enjoy them or not, but nothing tastes as good as skinny feels." Right? Right? You know what scientists should be doing instead of wasting their time on studies that tell us we're gonna get cancer from eating too much bacon? Figure out how to stop that from happening so we can eat more bacon. And there are so many other factors. George Burns lived to 100, and he smoked cigars and drank every day. Warren Buffett is 85. He drinks 5 Cokes a day and eats ice cream for breakfast. Sure, he had prostate cancer, but he lived through it, he's still alive, and still enjoying life on his terms. Meanwhile, there are a shitload of pro athletes who have died young because of heart attacks. Those people likely ate healthy as shit to get where they were. All sorts of shit can contribute to an early demise, including stress in your life due to work, financial or family shit, genetic problems, sleeping habits, activity level, and of course, freak accidents or weird shit happening. And I hope I'm not the first one to break this to you, but your risk of dying is already at 100%. You will die someday. You can't stop that, no matter how many avocados you shit out in your life. If you want to live to 100 eating organic spinach and broccoli, you go right the fuck ahead. And if my shitty diet results in me dying at 65, I'll die with a burger in one hand and a Coke in the other, knowing I got to enjoy those 65 years, not micromanaging every fucking thing that goes into my face, and enjoying life the way I want to. Think of your life as being like a big slide in a pitch black room. Once you're born, you're immediately sliding down it, and you can't see the bottom. You have no idea when the end is coming. And maybe there are some things you can do to slow down the descent, but you really have no idea if those things are actually helping until you get to the end. And no matter what, it will end. That may be bleak and depressing, but you know what would cheer you up right about now? A big plate of bacon and a hot fudge sundae.